Hey, what's up, universe? It is 4:56 p.m. on Monday, May 8th, 456. I'm kind of losing it. I'm kind of freaking out, actually. I've cried a lot in this room. And this is like one of those times where like I don't have any other choice but to surrender. I don't have a choice but to surrender. What am I going to do? Fight it? Resist it? And what is the it? And the scenario, the circumstances, the situation in which I find myself in, because I put myself here. I was thinking, well, maybe I'll stay with Janet at the Airbnb tonight because, I have an early morning flight to catch. And it's like, okay, well, that's cool, except for that's not an option. She's booked up. Okay. Okay. And I tried calling my recruiter twice to double check on I was letting the fear get to me, and I was gonna just kind of follow up on hey, I haven't heard anything about the invoice that I sent in. Usually it's pretty quick to be like, hey, receive the invoice, we'll process it, this kind of a thing. Even then though, it still takes a few days for that to hit my account. So I've called twice and have not heard from her. I thought about writing Jason and being like, hey, both of those things though are fear-based. Like those are fear-based actions. You know what I mean? And I'm keen on that. I'm really, really super keen on managing my energy, attempting and working on managing my energy. But I thought it was important to capture this because I'm like, oh man, I am reaching my end here. And look at this. Did you guys know that, well, anyway, I won't get into that. Stuff at work, some of my stuff from work still seems to be connected. Anyway, what am I going to do with the van for 3 extra days while I'm out of town? Where am I going to go when I get back? Just all the normal questions, right? There's definitely a part of me that's just like, I've entertained the thought of just contacting Jason and being like, I'll take that money back. Thank you very much. And what though? I mean, that's not going to solve my problem right now. That's not going to do anything for me right now. He's probably not even going to be able to give me all the cash right now. I'm sure it's in an account. And I'm sure, even if he wrote me a check or whatever, none of it's going to post to my account in this minute. You know what I mean? It's... and then there's parking at the airport. There's the Uber once I get to San Francisco. There's eating when I get to San Francisco. Which is fine. I haven't worried about that stuff because more or less by the time that starts to be a question, the paycheck should have hit. So, yet these things come up in my mind, as things to brings up emotion, so I have to but definitely around the van, my possessions, my house, my living situation, my professional situation, just the small things, just the little things. So it's like what I keep saying, I'm not going to die. It's not like the world is going to end. Yeah, and I know that I do this. I know that I've made these choices. I know that I put myself here, so I'm not blaming anybody. You know, I'm not looking around like freaking out on anybody or definitely am curious about what it is that drives these choices. And I've asked myself that a little bit today, along with my angels and my watchers and my guides and the archangels and the ascended masters in the universe, to be like, okay, so what's up? What's the point? The $1 million question. I don't know. I don't know. It seems underwhelming in a way, right? To go through all of this stuff. This seems like a big buildup and somebody, it's like let's be triumphant, like, yeah. There, but not quite there. And so part of me is like, okay, well, part of me is like, well, the funds should all be there when I get back. So then like next weekend, like for sure should be able to move in and yada yada. Yeah, that's true. So I'm managing like how I feel about that. Like, I definitely am like, do I give up? Do I give up? Am I pushing this? Like, am I trying to force something? And I'm definitely split on, that's one thing that came up for me earlier today that I was going to talk to that I didn't speak to in a previous message, where it was like, okay, there's forcing things, there's being patient and surrendering, and then there's allowing things to come to you. And I still am working that out, man. I could tell when I'm forcing things, and this doesn't feel like that. I don't feel like I'm forcing it, because like everything, like there's no resistance from the other side. Like Jason's not resisting this, like nobody's resisting this. I just have these uncertainties around it that I'm like, what? So when I have forced things before, there's always been resistance on the other side. And I'm like, no. And they're like, no, really. And I'm like, yeah, but no. And they're like, no, really. So I know what resistance looks and feels like. I know what having faith and surrender looks and feels like. And it feels a lot more like this. Jeez, man. I think you can have that feel a little bit different there, universe. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. But I chose it. So it's like, okay. Jesus. I just thought it was important to capture that. A lot of times I'm smiling and I'm like, good to go. But there's the flip side. It does not always look like that, and it certainly doesn't always feel like that. Forcing things felt like calling my recruiter. I called her twice, didn't get an answer twice. That's forcing something. That's forcing something. That's what me forcing something looks and feels like. So, after the second attempt, cool. going with the flow on this one, then what else am I going to do? Energetically, I mean, even if I were to get a hold of her and like make something happen with that, like, just energetically, just that's forcing it, dude. It's not how I roll. Gotta learn to just flow with it. Trust the process. I mean, shit, for all I know, come back from San Francisco making $23,000 a month. Who knows? Be like, whatever. Here's the Penske truck paid for. Here's the deposit. Here's all the stuff that I'm in arrears on. We're good. We're good. Whatever. I mean, seriously, it's not out of the realm of possibility. So I'm just gonna leave that door open. Come on in, 23 grand. Make yourself at home. Hey, don't worry, that money is allocated. I owe back taxes. So don't worry. It's not like I'm just sitting pretty on a flush cash, a stack of cash. I owe people money. So I'm just going to square up on it, you know what I mean? It's time for that to happen. Man alive. This is what it looks like when I'm processing stuff. This is what it looks like when I'm talking to myself. This is a lot of what my audio journals will have contained inside of them. Stuff like that. All right, well, I'm going to go back to doing this on my own. And, well, hello there. And I'll talk to you guys later. I appreciate you joining. Thank you for watching. All right, I love you guys.